Hello children, this is all about the Unit 1 first page warm-up. We are going to get a small warm-up before the prose, his first flight. So let us begin the exercise proper. Let's read this. Marco Polo, Christopher Columbus, Ibn Battuta, Amerigo Vespucci, Xuanzang, Ferdinand Magellan, Bartolomeu Dias, Herodotus, Captain James Cook, Vasco da Gama. I'm going to share some information about all these personalities. Please listen carefully and answer at the end. Marco Polo was a Venetian merchant, explorer and writer who travelled through Asia along the Silk Road between 1271 and 1295. Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer and navigator who completed 4 voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, opening the way for widespread European exploration and colonization of Americas. He was the explorer who discovered Americas in 1492. Americans get a day off on October 10 to celebrate Columbus Day. Ibn Battuta, an explorer travelling more than any other explorer in pre-modern history, totaling around 1,17,000 kilometers over a period of 30 years. Ibn Battuta visited most of Southern Eurasia, including Central Asia, Southern East Asia, South Asia, China, and the Iberian Peninsula. Amerigo Vespucci was an Italian merchant, explorer, and navigator from the Republic of Florence, from whose name the term America is derived. Xuanzang was a 7th century Chinese Buddhist monk, scholar, traveler, and translator. He traveled to India in search of books regarding Buddhism, and he was the one who translated the Sanskrit original Buddhist theories to Chinese translations. Ferdinand Magellan, Portuguese explorer. He was the first person to cross the European Pacific Ocean. Bartolomeu Dias was a Portuguese mariner and explorer. In 1488, he became the first European navigator to round the southern tip of Africa and to demonstrate that the most effective southward route for ships lay in the open ocean, well to west of the African coast. His discoveries effectively established the sea route between Europe and Asia. Herodotus was an ancient Greek writer, geographer, a historian born in the Greek city, part of Persian Empire, somewhere near Turkey. He is known for having written the histories, a detailed account of the Greco Persian Wars. Herodotus was the first writer to do systematic investigation of historical events. He is referred as the father of history. James Cook was a British explorer, navigator, cartographer, and captain in the British Royal Navy, famous for his 3 voyages between 1768 and 1779 in the Pacific Ocean and to Australia in particular. He made detailed maps of newfound lands prior to making 3 voyages to the Pacific, during which he achieved the first recorded European contact with the eastern coastline of Australia and the Hawaiian Islands, and the first recorded circumnavigation of New Zealand. Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese explorer and the first European to reach India by sea. His initial voyage to India by way of Cape of Good Hope was the first to link Europe and Asia by an ocean route, connecting the Atlantic and the Indian Oceans, and therefore the West and the Orient. This is widely considered a milestone in world history as it marked the beginning of a sea-based phase of global multiculturalism. Vasco da Gama discovered the sea route to India. So children, after listening about all these personalities, what you actually learned? Yeah, what is most common about them? Yes, they are travelers and they are explorers, they are navigators and so on. They have traveled miles and miles and miles away from their hometown just to discover something. That is the fact which is most common among all 10 of them. I believe you got it. Now let's discuss this. Why it was considered as an adventurous and dangerous thing to travel in those days? Because they don't have a proper mode of transportation. Now, if you want to travel abroad, across the globe, you can book a ticket and fly because we have airplanes today. In those days, they don't have any mode of transportation. They have to walk, or they have to ride on a horse, or they have to sail on their own boat. So it is considered to be very adventurous and dangerous in those days to travel from one place to other. I believe you got the answer. Mahatma Gandhi, Che Guevara, Guru Nanak and Gauthama Buddha are some of the famous personalities and thinkers who made extensive journey to understand life. Do you think journeys can be life-changing? If so, give your answer to the class. There are many examples to say or prove that a journey is life-changing. For example, if you're going to a different place for your college, if you're going to a different place for your job, you will gain so many experience. Those experience will change your life. So this is a very simple example that proves that journey changes a life of someone. So whenever you travel, have a meaningful journey that should change your life by some means, in a good mean. That's all about this question. Share a memorable trip from your life. Have you ever been on an adventurous journey? If yes, share your experience. Just think of your life. If you have made any trip or an adventurous journey, share with your friends. Or write about that trip or journey in a paragraph in your notebook. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong. Let us discuss something about Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong was an American astronaut, aeronautical engineer, and the first human being to walk on the moon. So that is the giant leap for the mankind. Have you ever seen a bird making its first ever attempt to fly? If you have seen a bird making its first ever attempt to fly, just share your experience with your friends. The next video, I'll share a video of a bird making its first ever attempt to fly. Bye bye.